very honored to have with us from the 4th Congressional District in the great state of Kansas, our good buddy Ron Estes. Congressman, hope you're doing well today.
I'm doing well, Todd. Thank you.
Congressman, no big surprise, the GDP report coming out today. The rest of the country and all of the economists seem to agree that we're in a recession. The Biden administration, they're not very clear on that.
Yeah, it really is surprising coming out, although it kind of fits in with their propaganda spin. You know, we see another quarter of negative economic growth. And, of course, it's something that people across the country know, that the economy's bad and they're suffering through inflation and the slowing economy. But, you know, the Biden administration over the last week or so have been trying to redefine what a recession is because they knew how bad they were. They just don't want to tell the truth. And so they push this false narrative about having a strong economy, and in reality, we're seeing it slowing down, and people are paying the consequences for that. And on top of that, we've got prices they're continuing to skyrocket. You know, just in the last 12 months, it's gone up 9.1% on average. But if you actually go back to the start of the Biden administration, it's over 12.6% on average. Again, now that means some things are higher than that. And the way they figure out this formula, you know, if you have a mortgage, well, it hasn't gone up at all. But if you have to buy food or you have to buy gas, that's about double. You have to buy electricity or bacon or milk. Those things have all gone up that people are suffering through.
I'm curious to know how things are going in your congressional district. You've got the big city of Wichita there. Are people having to change their routines, whether it's going on vacation or maybe not buying meat at the grocery store? What kind of stories are you hearing?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we obviously Kansas is a big state, so a lot of people drive to and from work or to and from school or shopping. And so they're having to change their driving plans that they're doing. You know, with any place across the country that's, you know, at or maybe even slightly below the median income, you know, when you have a doubling of the gas prices and you have grocery prices that are up 20 to 25%, those are the main things that people buy, and the main impact on their income. And so we're having people that are changing what they were planning to have for dinner because they couldn't afford the meat that was in the grocery store, or trying to figure out other ways to work through that. We're also seeing it on the business front with the inflation costs that businesses are having to raise prices, and which is just continuing to make it worse for everybody.
On the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line, Congressman Ron Estes from the great state of Kansas. Congressman, we've had a number of your colleagues on this program over the past couple of weeks saying if the Republicans are able to retake control of the House, that they will begin investigations into the Hunter Biden and the Biden family corruption. What say you? Is that a good idea?
Well, I think we need to get to the facts. I mean, right now we're seeing as more and more of the facts are coming out about what appears to be corruption in the Biden family and their ties to the Chinese Communist Party. You know, when he was campaigning, President Biden tried to deflect and say he never talked with his son about a business dealings. But we know now that he met at least 14 times with the people that were paying his son or their business associates. We know that Hunter Biden arranged meetings with his dad when he was sitting as vice president with Chinese communist company leaders. We know that there's a text message out there between Hunter and his daughter that kind of implies that Pop takes half of Hunter's earnings. So it sounds like it's a family business that they're making money off of. And in the meantime, they're getting wealthy while the Chinese Communist Party and the companies that they deal with are getting advantages dealing with United States companies and consumers.
Congressman, before we let you go, we've got to brag a little bit because there was big doings in the National Statuary Hall, and you got to stand in front of the crowd there and unveil a brand new statue. I want you to tell our listeners about the statue.
Yeah, it really is. Every state has two statues that represent individuals that are relevant from that state and obviously have some national or international prominence. And so yesterday we unveiled a new statue for Amelia Earhart, who's from Atchison, Kansas. Obviously, everybody knows the story of Amelia Earhart in terms of being such an aviation pioneer that she was, and helping break so much ground in terms of, the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, and just promoting and being inspiring for boys and girls and men and women that, continue to work hard and you can accomplish a lot of things. And I think that's the overall story that we have out of that, one, she's a great Kansan, and she's joined the other statue that we have in Kansas, which is President Eisenhower. So we have great representatives from Kansas.
It's pretty exciting. And again, if you haven't been to Kansas, folks, just a beautiful state. And I have to brag on your city there, Wichita, that beautiful river that flows through. It's just a really fun town to take a visit.
It really is. It's great. We've got so many things going on and trying to revitalize some of the downtown that, has been commercial over the years, and getting more opportunities for folks to live downtown and grow. And what we have, our Kansas River that flows through Wichita, and I've got a new baseball field and a team that's playing on the banks of the river, and much more things going on. So it's recently it was pegged as the number one place for singles to live in one of the surveys.
There you go. So, if you're looking for a wife, guys, head over to Wichita. You never know what's going to happen there. So, love in the heartland, right, Congressman?
Well, great. It's a great place to live. It's a great place if you're single. It's a great place to raise a family as well.
There you go.
And I really can't talk enough positive things about my district. It really is the heartland of the country.
All right, Congressman, always good having you on, and we appreciate the updates, and have a great rest of your week.
Great. Thank you, Todd.
All right, Congressman Ron Estes. I know all of our listeners in Wichita, big fans of this guy. He is a rock-solid conservative, and he's one of those workhorses up on Capitol Hill. And he's doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that the constituents back in Kansas are taken care of, and also taking a solid stand for conservative values.